This is the Weber Genesis E-325 liquid propane black. My very first impression was the feel of the lid and the way the burners came to life. The lid has real weight to it, closes with a solid thunk and seals up tight. The burners lit instantly on the first press of the igniter and haven't missed once since. That quick, confident start set the tone for the rest of my time using it. Key features that stood out to me are the PureBlu burners, the extra-large sear zone, the porcelain enameled cast iron grates, the flavorizer bars, and the front slide-out grease tray. If you're new to some of these terms, here's the short version. PureBlu burners are tapered tubes that keep gas pressure even from front to back, so the flame stays consistent and the heat spreads across the grate instead of bunching up in the middle. The sear zone is an additional high-output burner that concentrates heat, so you can get a hard, fast crust on steaks without overcooking the inside. Flavorizer bars are angled metal shields that sit over the burners. They catch drippings, burn them off into smoky flavor, and help prevent flare-ups. And the grease tray is a pan under the cookbox that slides out from the front and uses a disposable liner, so cleanup doesn't eat your whole afternoon. From my experience, the E-325 heats fast. I saw the hood thermometer pass 500 degrees F in just a few minutes on a calm day. That preheat speed matters when you're juggling sides or trying to hit dinner on a weeknight. Once hot, it stays hot. I've pushed burgers to the front edge and tucked chicken into the back corners and still got even cooking. I credit the PureBlu design for that. I didn't see the random cold strips I've run into on cheaper 3-burner grills. The sear zone is where this thing flexes. I've used it for ribeyes, New York strips, and smash burgers on a griddle insert. Sear marks came fast and the crust tasted like a steakhouse. In my opinion, the extra heat lets you focus on timing and doneness instead of fighting the grill for color. If you've ever overcooked the center while chasing crust, that's where this helps. It's perfect for people who care about texture and want reliable results on thicker cuts. The cast iron grates feel heavy and hold heat really well. The porcelain enamel makes them a little smoother than raw iron, so they brush clean easier while still keeping that mass you want for searing. Under the grates, the flavorizer bars do their job. Drippings vaporize into a steady, savory smoke instead of becoming a showy grease fire. I still saw small flare-ups with extra fatty meat, but nothing that got out of hand. I like the overall space. The primary surface plus the warming rack adds up to 641 square inches, which has been enough for me to handle family cooking and a few friends. I fit a whole chicken on indirect heat with sides finishing on the other half. The taller lid helps with roasts, and I've had good luck with convection-style cooks when the lid is down. The warming rack isn't just for buns. It's handy for keeping veggies warm while I finish steaks in the sear zone. Assembly took me a bit over an hour, and I wasn't rushing. The print instructions are visual, and the BILT app helped me understand which way certain frame parts needed to face. The firebox is heavy. I treated that step as a 2-person lift to avoid scraping or misaligning anything. Once it was together, the cart felt solid. I did take a few minutes to square the frame so the doors lined up cleanly. One small thing I noticed, the ignition wires route along the frame and clip in, neat enough, but you want to place them carefully so they look tidy and don't catch on anything. Day to day, the E-325 has been easy to live with. The slide-out grease tray with a disposable liner is simple. After a cook, I run the burners hot for a few minutes to carbonize leftovers, brush the grates, and call it done. Every few sessions, I scrape the flavorizer bars because they build up and can smoke if you ignore them. The burners themselves haven't clogged on me. The raised ports keep most debris away. The exterior cleans up with a standard glass cleaner, and the black enamel shrugs off fingerprints. There are a few trade-offs. The control knobs work fine and don't get funky with heat, but they're metallized plastic. I wish they felt as premium as the rest of the grill. The cart has clean-looking doors up front that hide the tank and grease tray, but the sides are more open than I'd like, so you can see a bit of the frame and routing. Functionally, it's not a problem, but visually it's not as finished as a fully enclosed cabinet. Also, this grill is stout, listed around 188 pounds, so it's not something you'll lift over a step or drag across rough pavers. The casters roll well and the front ones lock, but I still try to place it in a spot where I don't have to move it much. In very strong wind, the tall lid can catch air. I position the back toward the wind and use a cover when I'm done. I've tried the Weber crafted compatibility too. Swapping a grate for the frame lets me use a pizza stone, a griddle, or a wok-style insert. The griddle has been my favorite for bacon, eggs, and smash burgers. I've also spun a chicken on a rotisserie kit sold separately, and the clearance was great. That modular approach means I'm using the grill more during the week, not just for weekend burgers. Specs-wise, you're looking at a 3-burner main layout with that extra-large sear zone integrated into the cookbox, running on propane. The overall size with the lid down is about 57.7 inches wide, 27 inches deep, and just over 48 inches tall, which fits neatly on a typical patio. The ignition is electronic and has been bulletproof. The side tables are fixed and sturdy, and the tool hooks keep tongs and a spatula within reach. I like that I can organize without a cluttered side shelf. From my experience, the performance is the headline: fast preheat, even heat, reliable ignition, and real searing power. The ergonomics are solid, and the cleanup system keeps things simple. The things I nitpick: plastic knobs, somewhat open cart sides, don't change how the food turns out. Fuel-wise, it sips less than I expected, likely because it reaches temp fast and doesn't need to run wide open for long. I'd recommend this for anyone who grills a few times a week and wants consistent results without fuss. If you value even heat over flashy screens, this is a strong fit. If you want a more enclosed cabinet or full stainless rod grates out of the box, you might look at higher trim lines, but in terms of cooking, this hits the mark. It's perfect for families, steak night people, and anyone who wants to add griddle or pizza days into the mix without buying a separate appliance. In my opinion, the E-325 nails the core job of a gas grill. Start every time, heat fast, stay even, and sear hard. The cast iron grates, the PureBlu burners, and the sear zone make it easy to cook with confidence, whether I'm doing a quick weeknight meal or a larger weekend lineup. I keep a cover on it, angle it smartly against wind, and I haven't had a single reliability hiccup. In conclusion, the Weber Genesis E-325 feels like a dependable workhorse with just enough versatility to keep me reaching for it more often. If you've been frustrated by hot spots or weak searing on other grills, this solves those pain points. I'm happy with it, I use it a lot, and I don't find myself fighting it, just cooking on it. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more straight shooting gear reviews, and leave a comment with your questions or what you want me to test next. Thank you for watching.